Hello, everyone. The ticking clock isn't just the passage of time. It's the countdown to a potential U.S. government shutdown. Tonight at midnight, if Congress fails to reach an agreement, the federal government faces a partial shutdown. This doesn't just mean millions of federal employees having their pay suspended. It could lead to a cascade of consequences, from national parks closing to disruptions in critical services. However, this shutdown crisis is unlike any before it. It's not merely a dispute over budget figures, but a contest of power and will set against a unique political backdrop. Traditional government shutdowns typically stem from partisan stalemates over fiscal spending. But this time, as analyzed by CNN, we are witnessing a more aggressive president attempting to exert unprecedented, unfettered power in modern times. Over the past few months, the Trump administration has taken a series of hardline actions. Deployment of troops to Portland, declaring the city a war zone to protect immigration enforcement operations, undermining Dodge independence. A newly appointed prosecutor acted on presidential demands to charge former FBI Director James Comey. Concerns over military politicization. The president plans to convene a meeting of top military brass, raising fears about the politicization of the armed forces, challenging scientific consensus, promoting attacks on child vaccine schedules, and spreading unsubstantiated claims that Tylenol causes autism. Challenging birthright citizenship, asking the Supreme Court to strike down birthright citizenship, a long-settled law. These actions all occurred during a critical period, just 13 months before the midterm elections. The president appears more focused on consolidating his power than on avoiding the long-term political repercussions of a shutdown. This context makes every political skirmish, including this shutdown crisis, more critical than the sum of its parts. If a shutdown occurs, many federal government departments will cease operations. Thousands of federal employees will be furloughed, while those deemed essential, such as Border Patrol agents and air traffic controllers, will have to work without pay. Let's look at the specific impacts. Department of Homeland Security. Most employees continue to work, but approximately 14,000 will be furloughed. Core functions like border protection, immigration enforcement, and transportation security remain unaffected. Law enforcement and user fee-funded departments are less impacted. Federal Emergency Management Agency FEMA. Core disaster relief functions remain unaffected, but some grant approvals are paused, and no new policies can be written under the National Flood Insurance Program, potentially affecting new mortgages. A prolonged shutdown could deplete its $10 billion disaster relief fund, air traffic control. Controllers will work without pay, but training schools will close, potentially exacerbating the shortage of 3,000 controllers nationwide, threatens aviation system stability. Modernization efforts are hindered. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC). Over half of employees will be furloughed. Disease outbreak surveillance continues, but health risk research, public communication, and state or local partnership programs will halt. Impacts public health prevention efforts. National Institutes of Health (NIH) research and patient care will be disrupted. Patients currently enrolled in studies continue to receive care. But new patients cannot enroll except in special circumstances, and new studies cannot begin. Costly laboratory research may go to waste. Funding approvals for universities and institutions nationwide are paused. A shutdown doesn't just affect federal employees. It impacts ordinary citizens. For example, a FEMA shutdown could delay new mortgages. A pause in CDC research would hinder responses to public health threats. And an interruption in NIH research could delay crucial medical breakthroughs. In every government shutdown, both parties point fingers. However, public opinion polls suggest that this time, Republicans may bear more responsibility. An NPR or PBS News or Marist poll indicates that 38% of respondents believe Republicans are primarily to blame, while 31% blame both parties. Democrats argue they cannot let this moment of leverage pass. They demand that Trump agree to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies, which, if expired, would cause insurance premiums to spike. Using a shutdown to highlight Republican policies on healthcare is a strategy for Democrats to rally support ahead of the midterm elections. However, Trump seems indifferent to the long-term political consequences of a shutdown. He is more focused on achieving his political objectives through aggressive tactics in the short term. This asymmetric game forces Democrats into a difficult choice: compromise or stand firm and risk losing this battle to galvanize their supporters. This government shutdown crisis is another microcosm of the deep divisions in American politics. It tests the political wisdom of both parties and reflects the increasing difficulty of compromise and cooperation in today's highly polarized political environment. Regardless of the outcome, this shutdown will have profound impacts on American society and the economy. It reminds us that the consequences of political decisions often extend beyond partisan interests, directly affecting the lives of every citizen. What are your thoughts on this topic? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.